So this entire video kind of started with this comment that I got on my YouTube channel, which basically said something along the lines of like, hey, I have this warning that I want you to talk about because it's very important. I think you should make a video on it. And the comment kind of was deleted or removed or something happened to it before I was able to actually see it and read it. So I only had part of the comments, you know, the little preview that you get before you click on it. That's all I had. So I kind of was like, okay, well, I don't know what this warning is, but I guess it wasn't that important, or maybe they were just messing with me, or maybe something was going on. I don't know. So I just kind of ignored it, left it as it was, because, you know, somewhere within 3 hours of it being on my channel, it was suddenly removed. So I figured, you know, not a big deal. We'll just ignore it, whatever. So time goes by, and I decide to hop onto Discord server on this Discord server because I had a notification from it that I've been ignoring because most of their notifications are stuff like at here or at everyone, you know, it's time to come to the big lake or whatever, different things like that, and I usually ignore those. But I decided to get on there so I can get rid of that notification and everything like that, and the notification was this: warning to those who play PT often. We also have a warning if you happen to be on the 18+ server most of the time. I suggest you stay away from the dock or just straight up ignore everyone there. There's a group that calls themselves the Anon Phillies, and they are a group of people who encourage others to commit suicide. There's already been a few who have been affected by this in the 18+ server. There are also armies. One particular army general, however, couldn't really stand it, and when told to commit suicide, actually tried to do so. They failed, however, and are thankfully in the hospital. But this is urgent. It's very, very urgent. This is a real matter and an issue. If you have been affected by the Anon Phillies, do not listen to them under any circumstances. We do not want Ponytown to be ruined entirely by one group of ponies. Watch out for them. They are green with black hair and a question mark for a mark. Other than that, there is also a group who are starting to stand up against the Anon Phillies. They call themselves the Anon Phillies. The Anon Phillies are a group who stand up to the Anon Phillies, however, in bad ways, such as screaming at them or starting arguments for absolutely no reason. The Anon Phillies are red with black hair and an exclamation mark for a cutie mark. I'm telling you this to warn you about the dangers of the 18+ server and Ponytown discriminating side. Thank you for reading this, and we hope you stay safe. Now, I just realized this, but this actually seems more like it was a quote than anything, so I'm not sure where this quote came from, but this is definitely important. This is definitely a very serious issue. I don't know how true this is, so I decided I'm gonna try to investigate or whatever. I kind of threw on an OC that I never use and jumped on there. I didn't have my Twitter attached to it, anything like that, so no one knew who I was, so surely no one would recognize me, so I jumped on there, and I'm not even joking. There's like so many Anon Phillies on this dock. I mean, just look how many Anon Phillies are on this dock. So basically, I kind of talked to them and everything like that. I basically kept asking them, you know, can I ask you some questions about Anon Phillies, what they are and everything like that. They kept telling me about 9gag and everything like that, or how like they were just regular Anons who turned into ponies and everything like that. And yeah, pretty much that's just the standard what an Anon Philly is. But I kind of brought up the rumors and everything like that. And this Robo guy over here kind of brought it to my attention that this is kind of true. He said he saw it, but he said that he actually saw this happen actually while I was there, while I was on the docks. Someone said out loud that one of the Anon Phillies told them to commit suicide. Now, I asked this person, I whispered to them saying, hey, can you screenshot that and share it to me on Twitter or something like that so I can use it as evidence against them or something like that. You know, I wanted to have that solid, concrete evidence of an Anon Philly literally saying that to someone. So I asked them to share a screenshot. They decided not to. They didn't really care. I don't know. This is a pretty big issue in my opinion. I really wish they would have shared that screenshot or something, but I digress. Maybe they didn't want to get involved. Maybe it wasn't real. Maybe they were just messing with me. I don't know. But this Anon group swears that it's not true. They said that their leader made everything up. They said they put it on Reddit or something like that and made everything up. So I decided, let me go on Reddit. Let's see if I can find that post. And sure enough, there's nothing on Reddit about this. There's absolutely nothing on Reddit about this. There's nothing in the, you know, Ponytown subreddit about this. I searched Anon Philly, you know, I did some searches. I couldn't find it. If it is out there, it's not very clear where it's at. They also told me about Anon.town. I searched Anon.town on Google. Nothing came up. It just brought up the Anon Ponytown wiki. I don't know what's going on with that. Everywhere they try to, you know, lead me to, you know, to help, you know, provide evidence on their side that they're actually innocent. None of it's really holding up. None of it's working. But at the same time, there's no real proof or evidence yet that I've found that proves that the Anon Phillies are doing this. I don't know what's going on, but while I was there, while I was on the docks with them and everything like that, it definitely seemed like they were a toxic group. They kept like saying some mean things and stuff like that. Some people accused the general in question that I mentioned earlier, that they said that imagine faking your attempt for clout or something like that. You know, they said stuff like that, and I'm just sitting here like, oh my God, I was very concerned. I didn't know what to think. So other than this, there wasn't anything else I could do. I kept asking them about red Anons, and one of them eventually explained to me that a red Anon is basically an Anon filly who failed the initiation. And if you go to the Ponytown wiki that talks about Anon fillies, there is indeed an initiation to become an Anon filly. There's no information about anything else. There's nothing else there. That's all we have right now. With all that said, what do I think? I think that since there's no evidence for either side, we kind of have to go with the worst possible scenario just to be safe. And in my opinion, I don't know. I knew someone that was an Anon filly at one point, and they were really nice. I haven't talked to them in ages. Maybe they'll see this video and try to talk again. But I've seen and known Anon fillies before. They've never seemed like that kind of group. They never seemed like those kinds of people. You know, maybe things change. Maybe one small group or one small fraction of this Anon filly group decided to go the extra mile and start telling people to do this terrible thing. You know, what I think you should do, and what I think everyone should do, is just leave the Anon fillies alone. Just completely avoid them altogether. Don't go and harass them. Don't go and talk to them about this. Don't go and like message them about this anywhere. Just completely leave it 100% alone. Just leave it alone. Just completely leave it alone. Ignore them. If you have to go to the party island, just walk right past them. Ignore them because they're on the docks, which is funny because the Carobo, I think it was the Carobo, someone said this, but someone said that the Anon fillies basically try to act like they own the docks, which I actually kind of believe that. I actually really believe that, because they're always on the docks. They always seem to, you know, kind of control the docks in a way. So I do kind of believe that, but with everything else, we don't know yet. I just don't know. There's no proof for either side. There's no proof that this person faked their attempt. There's no proof that this, you know, made everything up and that this whole thing just got out of hand because someone made up a rumor. There's no proof for either side. So we have to assume the worst, and the worst is that this group is indeed harassing people and causing these terrible things to happen. So my advice to you is to just avoid everything and leave it be until we have proof for either side. And once we have proof for either side, start talking to moderators and stuff like that and trying to get these people that are actually telling people to do this terrible thing to, you know, get banned or something. But other than that, there's nothing else we can do. We're just going to have to wait until we get more information. And if we do get more information, I'm going to tell you guys here on the channel. I'm going to keep you guys updated, but this is all we have right now. So yeah, that's pretty much going to do it.